All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right, I was trying to short this gold rally. I think I'm going to have to set a stop right at 685. Good evening, everyone. Harish, hello, sir. Good evening, Cooper. Good evening. All right, looking to fade this little gold rally, but it ain't playing out too well. I'm going to monitor this, otherwise I'm going to have to clip. If we look at the 5-minute, we came right to the 200 SMA and starting to see a little bit of resistance, but not getting the pullback that I was looking for. Give it a little bit more time, but fully aware this is a rally and no need to short a bull flag. So we'll monitor that short. It's a bull flag, I'm getting out. All right, good evening, everybody. Happy Friday for all the Asia session traders. Thursday night. Last night for you guys, for the week at least. So we came right to the pivot point, 200 SMA. But I'm not getting the pullback that I want to see here. So I may have to get out a little early, but we'll see. I'd say that if we pop above this wick out, otherwise, let it breathe for a little bit. Jesse James in the house. Jesse's in a little bit of heat. Well, I'm in a little bit of heat with gold myself. I'm trying to short this gold rally, so potentially in a bull flag. So I'd say that if they come back up above this wick, I'm out. Actually, let me do that so I don't do anything stupid. Let's let it breathe. Let's let it breathe. Take more drawdown as usual. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Let's see, Jesse James, you're in some heat. What kind of heat are you in? You're trapped in a long, the NQ flush? Oh yeah, it's been coming down. I just opened up the charts. I haven't even set overnight high, previous day high. I don't even know anything right now. All right, let's go back to my gold. See if we can target the middle of that FVG. That's about 10 points. If the short plays out, that's 10 points. All right, so if I have potential for 10 points, a good risk to reward on this would be, is it 10 points? 681 to, no, it's not 10 points. 77. All right, let's see what happens up here. Shorting that pivot point, if you take a look at my trading view, here we go. We came right to the 200 SMA on the 5-minute, right there at that pivot point. We've got a potential FVG right down here. So there is room, but it's got to play out. Say at this point, if we wick right back up with strength, then I'll clip it anywhere here. We'll manage the risk. Good evening to everyone. Where is my chat window? Here we go. There, John Amos, good evening. Yeah, I'm not liking this. This should have flushed a little cleaner. So if it's a bull flag, then I'm not messing with it. I'll get out on this wick right here. Julian, hello. John Amos, good evening. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to the stream. Currently in a gold short at this pivot point, 200 SMA on a 5-minute. See if we can get some action to the downside, but looking like a bull flag with strength right now. So I may have to get out somewhere around here. 81, 84, how much is that? About 4 points, 3 points. We'll see. Good evening. Let's take a look at nasty NASDAQ in the meantime. Jesse, where are you trapped in a long? Oh, did you long up here somewhere? Is that what happened? Yeah, nasty NASDAQ doing some dirty chop all day. I got out early and I haven't been back to the charts till now. I'm just catching up here. This consolidation here, there's a little bull flag potential. I'm not liking it. Looking for a quicker short here. Me not liking it. Shorting a bull flag is not a good idea. But if we get a little momentum on this downside, the short might play out. We'll see. We shall see. Well, good evening. Happy Thursday to everybody. Thursday night. Happy Friday night to everybody who only trades Asia. Oh man, Jesse, let me take a look at where you're at. So you got caught in a long that you thought was a little pullback. Guess you're talking about somewhere here for that long for continuation here. Then got caught in this. Ugh. Well, fortunately, you're not that bad in the red. So let's hope the bulls rally. Entry is 731. All right, not too shabby. Not too shabby. You're not that far yet. A little bit of heat. My gold, I'm not convinced now. Oh, this is a bull flag. There's not looking like it wants to calm down here. I need the pivot point to provide resistance. We're at this pivot point right now on gold. But I was hoping for a stronger pullback. Quick little play. I'm just being careful that I'm not caught in a bull flag. Trying to short a bull flag. Well, good evening. Let's take a look at NQ in the meantime. NQ also took a pullback and stuck in a little bit of consolidation now. Viv for short telling me that I got it all wrong. I'm sorry. You take a look. 9:17. Today's 9:18. You are right, young lady. Thank you for putting me in my place. 9:18 should be fixed right now. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, how is gold doing? Is gold going to break? Ooh, it's not breaking that consolidation zone. Not liking that. This could be a nasty pop. Bull flag. Julian, how many accounts do you copy trade? Do you trade all of them at once? Yes, sir. I trade them all at once. Although I got my straight to funded to pay out, so I'm giving those a break until Monday, giving my mind a rest on the straight to funded, and I am copy trading some evals through Tradesyncer. But after FOMC, I'm taking a little break. Taking the payout on 7 straight to funded and 50Ks, and not stressing till Monday. All right, can we get this? What should we target here? 75. Vishal 3677. I'm not going to be that aggressive. Let's see. How aggressive do I want to be on this short? There's potential for this short, but I don't want to get too aggressive. One thing I've learned about gold is these movements are quick. Get in, get out. Don't overstay your welcome. Starts moving this aggressive. All right, so we're at the top of that FVG. Where is 7? Yeah, I'm not convinced just yet. So the middle of that FVG is 76. So let's target 77. Right in the middle of that FVG on the 15-minute. Right here, we're at the pivot point. This is where my entry is, the rejection of the pivot point. VWAP is down at 75. The 20 SMA is right here as well. So let's not get too greedy. 77, I think, is a good number on that target. But I don't trust gold. Gold can do some nasty things. Goldie is so fickle. Yeah, what I'm afraid is that I'm staying in a bull flag here. That's the only thing I'm afraid here. It starts ripping above this area, I'll have to close. If the pivot point provides resistance, then we got potential play. But got to flush. It's got to flush. Vishal, yeah, FVG is the only thing to watch. That's what I'm watching here on the 15-minute. Right here on the 15-minute, I got VWAP at 74, 20 SMA right there on 15-minute time frame. And the middle of that FVG, so I'm going for 77. Not going to get too aggressive on this. See if we catch it. See if we catch it. That would be a short. Oops. That would be a short off of that pivot point to the middle of that FVG. Sure. VWAP. See if we get it. Viv for short is out. What are you on in? What are you in Viv for short? Are you playing NQ or gold as well? Gold. Okay, Viv for short is out. Guess you took a short as well. Nice. All right, let's see if we get this play. That's the VWAP is down, all the way down at 75. I'm being not too aggressive on this. I'm going for 77. Dennis, do you guys trade Topstep? Do you trade Topstep, and what are their eval rules? We can take a look at Topstep in a second. Let me just watch this trade real quick. And Topstep has probably one of the most lenient rules. 50% consistency rule. We'll take a look at Topstep in a second. All right, I'm going to gold trade. I'm going to short, but I don't trust gold. You know, trust gold. Shorted that pivot point and targeting VWAP at 375. See, that's why I don't trust gold. Gold, playing with my feelings. Playing with my feelings. Kushal, 50 SMA, holding it. Yeah, it took a little wick there. So we'll see. We shall see. Happy Kids, let's take a look at NQ. NQ looking to push. We needed to push for Jesse. Jesse, you're getting closer. I think you'll be all right. Although I haven't taken a look at charts or anything. All right, watching gold on this push up. If it gets out of that descending channel, I got to close it. Technically, could be shorting a bull flag, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to short a bull flag. Jesse James, going cowboy, closing down the laptop and heading home. You'll get home to some green, brother. We got you. We'll move NQ to the upside. We'll push NQ. I just need gold to come down though. Come on. Give me this short, will you? This descending channel needs to hold on gold, otherwise they're gonna push that bull flag to the upside. Jesse James listening in. Good. Appreciate you. All right, gold. Give me that flush down to VWAP. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Struggling to come down. It went up easy. Doesn't want to give the flush. Well, good evening. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to the stream. Currently in a gold short, shorting that pivot point on that little bull rally. Hoping that pivot point provides a little bit of resistance. I'm targeting VWAP. Well, targeting VWAP, but not being that greedy. 677 is my out. For a quick little play, but NQ is looking like it wants to stay in this bull flag and not come down. But if it can get out of here, you might get some movement. But at a quick move up and the move down ain't that quick. Mini on gold, J month hood TR, mini. It's currently in that descending channel. It's got to hold that channel. Flush it really quick. Now, otherwise, potentially shorting a bull flag, I'll have to get out with less profit. Arish, yes, I'm taking a quick short down to VWAP for that middle of that FVG on the 15-minute for 677. Quick little short here. But it ain't happening quick enough. It's not happening quick enough. Jay Monthhood, hey man, I appreciate you tuning in and tuning in while you trade. Nicely done. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Same thing for everybody tuned in. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I know there's a lot of streamers out there, a lot of talented traders out there to listen and watch. So thanks for giving me a little bit of time in your day-to-day. Appreciate you all. All right, currently in a short here. Trying to make it easy for gold. All I'm asking for is 677, but looks like I'm trying to short a bull flag here, and it's not giving it to me quick enough. So we'll be a little patient watching this short. See if we can pick up some momentum here. Good evening to everyone. In the meantime, if you're enjoying the content or have enjoyed the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. It does help me out with the YouTube algo. Currently in this gold short, targeting VWAP. Jay Monthhood, you only trade gold? No, I actually never trade gold. I just started trading gold this week, only because it moves better than NQ. Let's take a look at NQ, but during the New York session, I only trade NQ. All right, here she comes. Needs to break below this. Come on. Come on. You couldn't do it in one shot, could you? One quick wick. Go. Let's go. Oh, I missed it by a wick at the middle of that FEG? No. Don't tell me I missed it by a wick. Don't tell me I missed it by a wick. Again, missed it by a wick? Come on, give it to me, baby. All right, I'm not risking it. Whoops. I accidentally added to that by accident. That's the second day in a row. All right, I closed that. Basically, on that trade, here's what I did. This is my trading view. It came up to that pivot point, targeted the middle of that FVG. VWAP is right down here, but I didn't want to risk it. So Took a nice little quick scalp right to the middle of that FEG. VWAP is right below, but don't want to risk it. So we got a little bit of green there. And now coming down to VWAP. And continuing. So VWAP is at 375. Was that the touch right there? Almost. 200 SMAs down here. So J Monthhood, Jesse, no, I'm trading gold. I just took a nice little short there. So J Monthhood, on gold, what I've learned is it does respect channels and it does respect VWAP and 200 SMA targets. 200 SMA last night on a similar short, I targeted VWAP just like I did right now, and 200 SMA was the bounce area. So I'm still watching it for chart patterns, but I do like how gold moves versus NQ at night. You can literally make decent profit versus waiting for NQ to move. NQ, what are you doing? NQ for Jesse climbing. We need NQ to come back to this 330 area and continue upwards. I know Jesse's in a long here. I think he's good. All right, gold. Look at that flush. Could have held. But like I said, I'm new to gold. Look at that. Complete pivot point rejection. So good learning lesson here. You guys know I use pivot points for NQ a lot. This is where I shorted this blue line. That's, what is that? Pivot point right there. And it was a complete rejection. I was targeting VWAP, and look what it just did. Wow. Complete pivot point rejection. Whew. In hindsight is 2020. Who would have thought? All right, now should we long it? Should we long it? And gold is just playing a range, by the way. This range has been going on for days. If we look at the 15-minute, that's all it's been doing. Look at his range in gold since the 9th. This is why I've been watching that level. Watched this level last night as well. Hold on. Let me delete this. Here we go. Shapes. Look at his range for gold. And it's been playing it. That's why I was surprised that it broke out. It broke out, tried to break out of that range. And I was like, there's no way that's going to hold. This is the range it's been playing. Sure, we had a little look above and fails. This is where but in general, we've been in this range for days. So it's pretty decent. Whoa, what the hell happened to gold? What was there news? Gold is just tanking. What the hell what the hell just happened? No, I'm not shorting that. A falling knife. All right. Jesus Christ. That would have been money if I held that short. Hindsight is 2020 though. All right, next pivot point. And ooh, I'm tempted to long this now. Tempted to long it. Wow, what a flush. Kushal, what are you using for pivots? Standard pivots. Too late for that bounce. What the hell was that? What the hell kind of flush? That was a 20 point, 10 point, yeah, almost 20 point flush on that. Gold's doing some nasty stuff tonight. That was nasty. Well, we know that pivot points on gold are respected. That was a clean rejection on pivot at a pivot point. All right, let's hop on to NQ, and let me bring up Topstep. Who was asking about Topstep earlier? Someone was asking about Topstep. Are you still here if you were asking about Topstep? Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a break from. Let me watch gold on that bounce. Hold on. Oh my God! It continues. Oof. All right, I don't want to FOMO into that long. Too tempting. All right, let me let it go. Let me let it go. Let me talk about Topstep. Let's talk about Topstep. All right, Topstep. Been a while since I've traded Topstep. So your max loss limit, obviously that's your maximum you can lose before you blow the account. For Topstep, you got to worry about really just the consistency rule, which is 50%, right? So 50% consistency rule on Topstep, that's number one. There's no daily loss limit. Let me confirm that because they removed it. Yep, no daily loss limit on all trading combis and express accounts only. And I know Topstep now is only Project X, right? So you only have the option of trading with Topstep with Project X or Topstep X, as they call it. That's really all you need to know about your combine. So 50% consistency rule, no daily loss limit. And let's see what else. These are your different account sizes. There's no discounts or promo codes with Topstep. Whatever the price there, that's what it is. And that's it. 50% consistency rule is really the only thing. They removed the daily loss limit. I know that. So no daily loss limit there. And that's it. That's all you got for rules. Pretty easy. All right, let's go back to gold. How many accounts can you buy and activate? Up to 3 express accounts. Hold on for 1 second. I actually have a Excel sheet, Google Sheets that I did a video on for Topstep. There should be a video for Topstep with all these, but let me take a look at it real quick. Ah, here we go. Actually, this is what we had on the video. So let's see. This is what I used for the video. Hold on. Here we go. Let me, can you guys see that clearly? Maybe I can zoom in a little bit. All right, here we go. So Topstep X only for Topstep. This is the 150K, but you can take a look at the 50. The numbers are going to be different for each account, but the rules are the same. No daily loss limit. The drawdown is end of day trailing, not intraday like Apex. Apex is intraday trailing. Consistency rule is 50%. You need to trade it for a minimum of 2 days, obviously, because it's a 50% consistency rule. Again, this is for the 150K. You just have to look at the profit goal and the number of contracts. News trading, you can trade the news. You got to close your position by 4:10 p.m. Again, this is for the 150K. The price, if you're trading to 50 or another one, just make sure you take a look at that. Once you get to the Express account, you can have up to 5 Express accounts max. You can trade the news. No resets allowed, obviously, on the Express. You need 5 days of a minimum profit of 200 bucks or more in profit each day. So true trading day is any day with $200 or more in profit. You need 5 of those days to request your payout. No consistency rule on the Express side. Drawdown end of day, and your profit split. 100% of the profit goes to you, up to $10,000 in profit requested, and 90-10 split after that. So hopefully that helps you out with Topstep. I remember I did a video on Topstep, so that's all the info, the latest info on it. All right, let's go back to gold. Ooh, I'm glad I didn't long it there. Debt Wolf, 5 days of 150 plus on Topstep. Is that what it is? Okay. I have it down as $200 or more, so it could be correct. Okay, new rules. There you go. Yeah, this was updated probably like a month or 2 ago. So if there's new rules, then Debt Wolf, let me appreciate you. I'm gonna trust you on this one. Let me update this right here. So it is 150 days, $150 or more in profit. There we go. So other than that, the rules should be the same. The only thing that changes is your profit goal, the max loss limit, and the contracts that you can trade depending on the account size. Hopefully that answers your question on Topstep. J Monthhood, what do you want to know about Apex? Happy to help. Megamind Taylor, good night. You made 567 on ES. Nicely done. Nicely done. Jay Munhood, to get a payout with Apex. So Apex, you need to go to, let me take a look at the Apex website real quick. You need to search the word 3.0. That's the latest rules with Apex. Apex has some significant rules. So let's take a look at the website here real quick. I searched 3.0 in their Knowledge Center. Right here. These are all the payout rules, the most recent ones. Number 1, the 30% consistency rule on all your trades. That's the big one. You got a safety net before you can request a payout. In other words, you can't request a payout below your safety net, so read up on that. Probation and payouts, 100% eligibility, trader requirement. You can DCA on your funded accounts, SIM funded accounts. You do have to have consistent sizing in your trades. In other words, you can't trade 1 or 2 contracts every day and then all of a sudden have 5 or 6 contracts. They'll deny you. So make sure your contract size is consistent and you have a 30% negative P&L. So in addition to the 30% consistency rule for all your trades, you have a 30% consistency rule on every single trade. In other words, for instance, I trade the 150Ks. If my drawdown on the 150Ks is 5,000, I cannot be in a trade that takes more than 30% drawdown. So $1,500. So in my mind, when I'm trading my 150Ks, I know that I can't have one trade with more than $1,500 in drawdown, because if I do get to payout on that account, they will deny for being in a trade taking 30% or more of the max drawdown on the account. Jay Money, do I need to do a video of my entries? Not unless they ask you for it. If they don't ask for it, don't worry about it. Sometimes after payouts, depending on your trading, some traders have been asked for video reviews, and you'll have to submit it afterwards. But not with every payout, or unless they ask for it, you'll get an email if you're requested. Before short, how do you feel about Take Profit Trader? Honestly, Take Profit Trader is my favorite prop firm right now. Outside of sim funded, outside of straight to funded, Take Profit Trader is one of the best. Pays well. Flexible consistency rule on the eval stage, right? 50%. So the consistency rule on the Take Profit Trader is 50% on the eval stage. And then for pro accounts, they remove it. You do get intraday trailing drawdown once you move to the pro, but you can get daily payouts. And right now with their promo, 40% off, right? No activation fee. You can use code JCDT for that. You get 40% off of Take Profit Trader and no activation fee once you move to the sim funded stage or the pro account. Take Profit Trader, I got, maybe the chat can comment. I have anything negative to say about Take Profit Trader. You don't hear about payout denials. You get daily payouts, flexible rules, 50% off. You can do Tradeify or Rhythmic. And the fact that there's no consistency rule once you move to the pro account, I think is huge. So I'm a big proponent of Take Profit Trader for evals and moving to the sim funded stage. Outside of that, I love straight to funded, but that's a different ballgame. All right, let's come back to gold. Gold with that nasty flush. And let's take a look at Jesse's NQ. NQ slowly climbing for you, Jesse. And I do agree with Jesse. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Daryl Mitchell also commenting, nothing bad to say about TPT. Where am I? So there is a profit buffer on TPT. Just depends on the size of the account. Going back to my example, on the 150Ks, the profit buffer is 4,500. So you can request any amount above that. You just have to look at the website what the profit buffer for the 50K is. And it is intraday trailing before the profit buffer and then static. In other words, once you hit your profit buffer, your max loss limit on that stays static. It doesn't trail you after that. It's just a balance of how much you take out on daily profits, so you're not limiting yourself in terms of buffer. For straight to funded, I love Tradeify. I do Tick Trader, only one account on Tick Trader for a couple of reasons. And I do have a Lucid straight to funded as well. But if you haven't traded with straight to funded and starting, I would seriously consider Tradeify. No payout denials to date on straight to funded, or just in general as a firm. The only thing with straight to funded is you are looking at 20% consistency rules. If you take a look at my YouTube, yes, I do. Other than let's take a look at my YouTube channel when you get a chance. Here's my YouTube. I do have a video on the best straight to funded, reviewing Tradeify, Day Traders, Lucid, and Tick Trader. And it goes over all the details on each one. They're all great. They just all have different rules. So there's a good video on the best straight to funded. I posted that last week. So if you're interested in straight to funded, take a look. Like I said, if you haven't opened up a straight to funded account with anybody and just looking to start, Tradeify is a great option, but do your own research, right? Shay, are you trading full-time now or are you still working? Still working, still multiple revenue streams. Day trading for me will never be full-time. I trade what, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour or two in the morning and call it a day. And then I come back for the evening session to trade another hour or two. So although day trading income is now up there in terms of what comes in, it'll never be full-time. It'll never be the only income. More like multiple revenue streams. Ravi, hey bro, just received my first prop firm payout at 370 after 8 months. It feels small, but I really value your motivation to keep. Hey, nice, Ravi, good job. Payout, first payout. All right, man, that's good. After 8 months, 370, nicely done. That's congratulations. It's a big step. All right, let's, gold continued to rally. I'm going to let that one go. Let's take a look at NQ. NQ is also in this ascending channel. Been playing out that channel. We're rooting for Jesse here. Jesse's in a long, and he needs this to come back up here, so as long as it stays in that channel, Jesse's good. All right, what are we doing here with gold? Ooh, that was the balance, huh? I didn't want to FOMO in, especially after my short, literally right after I close, takes a plunge. But we got a little bit of green. And congrats to Ravi on his first prop firm payout. Nicely done. In general, what I say is don't give up. If you like trading and you have passion for trading, because I do believe that you gotta love this. You gotta love waking up or coming after work, whatever session you trade. You gotta love coming to that computer, laptop, or whatever you got, turning it on and looking at the charts. You gotta love. You gotta have the passion for it. If you got the passion, but you're struggling as a trader, don't give up. Don't go crazy buying 5, 10, 15 accounts at a time. You know, prove to yourself that you can get to a payout and scale up slowly, right? But if you have a passion for it, don't give up. The only reason, what's the stat? 95 or 98% of day traders fail. The only reason that stat is so high is because that 95 or 98% quit. Whatever the number is, they quit. But if you got, and I always say, you got to have passion for it. You got to love the charts. If you don't love the charts, it's just like anything. Day trading is not for you, or cooking is not for you, or being a doctor is not for you, or being a lawyer is not for you. You got to love it. And Viv for short, kind of summarize it. You'll learn when it's a balance between loving and being addicted to it, right? You got to be careful. How much do you love it, or how much are you addicted? The degen behavior. If for short, overtrading, yeah. Overtrading is a problem for all of us. I still overtrade sometimes. I've cut down the number of trades I take a lot, but it's part of the game. Overtrading is a good problem to have because you just have to work on it. You know that you have the passion for it. You know you love it. You want to be in a trade all the time, and then you realize you always want to be in a trade, always trying to be in a trade, and you just have to work on being a little more controlling of your emotions versus not taking trades and not wanting to be in a trade. That's where you kind of like, you have passion for this. Do you really want to trade if you're not trying to get into trades? Oh, so I think wanting to be in a trade and over trading is a workable habit versus not trading or not wanting to trade. Oh, gold. Look at this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That pop. It's playing that range. It's been playing that range over and over and over again. Let's look at the 15-minute again. I'm going to let it go for now. But it's playing this range since yesterday. Attempted to break out. Right? This is 918. Here we go. Flushed all the way down, and then it was in this range since this morning. Tempted to break out, got flushed at that pivot point, came right back up. That's some crazy volatility right there. I ain't messing with it. I'll take my short for the win and leave it alone. All right, back to NQ. Oh, NQ came to the 200 SMA and right back down. Looks like now it's in a bear flag here. It's the problem with NQ right now. But in general, good evening to everyone. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. And on the weekends or when you have time, there is more content than live streaming. I do a lot of videos on prop firm updates, all the drama that goes on with prop firms. You can, latest videos, the best straight to funded, Tradeify, day traders, Lucid, Tick Tick, and some of the last updates that Tradeify, Trade Day, day traders, and Topstep revealed. Especially that back to funded with Topstep. So there's some good videos, and in general, if you subscribe, you should be getting, or hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. As far as the live streams, I'm having some issues with the YouTube algo. You may not be getting notifications on the live stream. Made a little decision here. Let me go back to the website. Pulling the focus on the YouTube from live streaming. In other words, I have unlisted all of the videos, but if you do want to watch a prior live stream, it's no longer under live. All of that is gone. Still have them all up. But you would have to go under playlist if you want to rewatch any of the live stream. Playlist, view full list. And they're all there. I win, lose, or draw. My blowout days, my tilt days are all there. But they're under their own playlist and unlisted now from my channel. Only because I'm having some issues with the YouTube algo and trying something new. Taking the focus off of impressions going to live. I'm sure you guys have been flooded with some live stream thumbnails, whereas my long form content is not getting promoted. So I had a long chat with the YouTube team and decided to pull all the live stream unlisted now, but you can still find it under playlist. And we'll be focusing again on long form content for YouTube. Appreciate you all that have subscribed and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. All right, we're taking a look at gold. Took a short on that pivot point, flushed, mega flush. I just targeted a VWAP, and that seemed like a baby short based on what happened next, but it's hindsight 2020, right? It happened quick. Gold is moving. I'm going to leave that alone, but I am liking gold, how it moves at night. Way more than NQ. All right, NQ coming back, little flush down to test these lows, and now also in a bounce. I'm leaving NQ alone. I'm leaving it alone for tonight. I'm liking gold. Gold, 2-3 points, and you're golden if it goes in your direction. If you had been long up here, man, and flushed you for the FOMO long on that pivot point break. So based on this volatility, I'm going to leave gold a little bit until it calms down. And my short looks like a baby short compared to the actual move. This is what, the 15 minute? Let's go back to the 1 minute. 1, 2, 3 candles flushed. 10 points. Crazy. Crazy. I would have been able to take the day off tomorrow. I probably wouldn't even have to trade. That would have been $1,000 in the green if I had held for 1 more minute. Hindsight is 20/20 though. Can't beat yourself up for it. But yes, going back to Take Profit Trader, I like them. They pay well, good rules, trader friendly, 40% off of their evals, and no activation fee when you get to the sim funded stage. So you're good. And if you use code JCDT, you can get that 40% at any time. Wave 4 short, yeah, sure. So I think I covered it earlier. Let me take a look at trading view. So this is my trading view, right? These blue lines are the pivot point. I literally shorted the pivot point right here. That blue line, that's a pivot point. Targeting VWAP, and that, you can't see, let me zoom in. The middle of that FVG, I said 77. And literally once it hit 77, it took the tank all the way down. But the reasoning was the top of this move, the pivot point, and the 200 SMA right here. So it came to the 200 SMA, the pivot point, and all the resistance there to the downside. Now, I didn't expect a full flush. That was 20 points. I figured that would happen in an hour or two, so I said, all right, I'll just go for VWAP, and that was it. But it flushed it in 3 minutes, the entire move. So hopefully that helps, Viv. Kushal, yes, $100 per point. So 1 point, $100. That's why I'm liking gold over NQ at night, because you don't even have to be greedy. 2 or 3 point scalps, and you walk out $200, $300. All right, let's go back to NQ. Is NQ recovering from that? Ooh, no. Still struggling down here. Kushal, most traders say stay long for gold, especially in these times, right? Gold is been consistently to the upside. I was in the jewelry industry, so I used to monitor gold pricing a lot, the daily. Didn't trade it, but I monitored it a lot. Now, trading gold. All right, what are we watching? NQ looks like it wants to flush. You can look at it this as a bear flag. Breaking to the downside. or just testing the bottom of that range, right? You can, NQ has been range bound as well. Even though we've had these nasty moves up and down, let's take a look at the 15-minute on NASDAQ. There's the range, right? We've been playing in that range, up and down. We had a look above and fail, look below and fail, but this is the overall range. So we could be testing the lows and then right back up. However, if we break down here, then you got some market structure break. You can see further downside, but I'm leaving NQ alone for tonight. Although a long down here doesn't look bad. Where are we? Let me take a look at NQ pivot points, and let's take a look at gold. So where would I get interested in gold? NQ, sorry. So NQ, I'm leaving alone for the following reasons. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. So this is NQ, right? Look at this up here. This 700 to 800 area is nasty. You got weak market structure here. So if you get a break below this area, you have a potential flush with weak structure. This is all just a mess, consolidation. And you can see it clearly here in the 15-minute. But there is a range, the range that I showed you guys on Tradeify. This is the overall range. So we could be testing the lows. Now, if we start breaking, I wouldn't be interested until I see this pivot point, 673. My blue lines are the pivot points. And this is the 5-minute, same thing here. I'm leaving NQ alone. I like gold. Oh, look at this gold. Gold did a pivot point rejection and came right back up to that pivot point. Wow. All right, NQ slowing down as usual around this time. This is the overall range coming in from the overnight, right? We pushed during the overnight. Remember this level last night that we were watching? We pushed above the overnight high for the overnight high as of yesterday. This was this line that we were all waiting for on that trade on the house account. It broke out after the live stream, and then we entered this consolidation zone. We had a little look below and fail, look above and fail, and right back into the chop zone. So we're in the chop zone. If we break below, then kind of like what I showed you guys on a 30-minute, you do have weak structure downside. You got blue sky territory to the upside. So which way will she go? I don't know, but I'm not trading in the middle. That is NQ. Let's hop on to the DGen time frame. 1 minute. This is what we love. We love the 1 minute. All right, NQ testing these lows down here. So let me take a look at oscillators and moving averages on NQ. What does NQ look like? Looks like a full reset down here. Not ready to long it though. Let's see if we can get further move to that pivot point. Pivot point would be down at 670. It's going to go down there. $690 potential bounce area down here if it really wants to test these lows. But I'm leaving it alone for now. So if it really wants to punish some of these longs, 690, That's your next area, and that pivot point down there at 675. All right, let's hop back onto gold. What's gold doing? Ooh, gold continues. Came to that flushed. Came right back up. Nasty. All right, remember guys, we also have the house account. You guys can trade the house account. Call it the chat account. You guys, the viewers, can trade that account. You can call out the trade in the chat. Let me know what you want to do. Your entry, your stop, and your TP. Gold is GCZ5. You put it in the chat. Gold futures GCZ5. Gold continuing to push, but after this mega flush, I'm not touching gold. That was nasty. I was in a short, it would have played in my favor, but that's still nasty. Christopher Zazek, hey, hey, hey. Happy Kids, short NQ 700, so you're shorting it here at 700 for the break. That pivot point potentially. Yeah, looking at that 30-minute, if it breaks below those areas, let's take a look at the 15-minute again. If we break below, this is my 30-minute chart, 15 and 5. If we break below the 30-minute, you got some territory down here. You got some potential downside. But if they're just testing these lows, right, this has been the range since yesterday. If they're just testing the low of that range and they'll bounce it back up, we're good. If this is the harsher pullback and they're punishing or just taking a healthy pullback, you got some weak structure right here all the way down to 650. That's why I'm leaving that alone. But if this is just a test of that low of the range, then potential popping it bounce there. Onyx, you're shorting ES. Oh boy. All right, so you're feeling it already that it's going down. Let's take a look at ES. Could be in a similar boat. Take a look at ES, similar boat, right? It was in that ascending channel or bear flag. Now that it broke out of it, and you're going for the short for those. Got it. Similar to NQ. If it breaks the range to the downside, you in trouble. A lot of weak structure below this. But a lot of blue sky territory above if they really want to do all-time highs. All right, back to NQ. 6-shot. Why are you trading Asia session? It's the least volatile. So you're probably new to the stream. I mainly trade New York session. That's the main session that I trade. But I do hop on the Asia for a little bit of fun. A couple trades here and there. Asia session is, although less volume, you still can get trades in. But yes, my main trading is during the New York, and I live stream in the morning as well, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. All right, Harish wants to take a trade on the chat account. Let me set it up for you. You are trading short MNQ. So let me add MNQZ first. MNQZ. Give me a second. MNQZ5. Here we go. And you want to take short at 705. Where do you want to enter short, Harish? How many contracts and where do you want to enter that short? Do you want me to take a market order short? Is that what you're looking for me to do? Harish? How many contracts, how many micros do you want to take, Harish? What's your entry? I got your stop and I got your, oh, wait, 705, please. Okay, got it. That was my mistake. So you want 705, which is right now. And you want 2 contracts, 2 micros. So let's hop on to the chat account. 2 micros on a short. And your stop is at 710. So let's set your stop first. And we're buying because you're in a short. All right. Once we get, you are triggered. So let's set your TP at 70. What's your TP? 695. You're going all the way down for this break, down to 695. And you are buying 2 down here. Got it. All right, we're set up. Good little risk for reward. Risking about 5 points or 10 points. So chat account. Oh, update on the chat account. I gave you guys some profit on the chat account. So instead of getting to 20K, now it's a 150K. So you just have to get to 9K in profit on the house account. All right, this is the chat account. All right, so the chat account just got stopped out. No biggie. That was a small loss there. Let's take a look at the chat account. Chat account took a little loss there. No biggie. Julian, have a good night. But the chat account is the account for the chat. You guys can trade it. You guys can take stab at those trades. All you need to do is let me know your entry, your stop, your target, and we're good to go. Yes, the chat account took a $20 loss because he entered with micros, Kushal. You can trade micros or you can trade minis. In this case, his trade was with 2 micros. All right, back to my account. So far, 1 trade on gold in the green. Let's go back to gold. Liking gold for night. Ooh, tempted to short this again. Good evening, John. Jay, have a good night. Appreciate you tuning in. So far for me, 1 trade, took the short at that pivot point on gold, targeted VWAP, and we got it. And then nasty flush. Should have stayed. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That was a nice little flush, real quick flush, and then right back up. Gold is playing dirty tonight. All right, NQ. How's the NQ going? All right, NQ came to those lows, and that's the low of the range for the last day or two, and coming right back up. No break of structure to the downside yet. Happy kids, yeah. Like I said, if I went over the 15-minute already. It's the bottom of that range, right? We're playing this range, and that's all it was. This is that chop zone. We had a little look above and fail, look below and fail, but the overall chop zone is right here. We just came and tested the bottom and right back up. I think, Jesse, you're going to be good with your long. As long as NQ continues to push within that range, if you're still in that long, I don't know if you closed it or not, Jesse, but hopefully you can get back up to where you need it to go. All right, let's go back to gold. It's moving nasty tonight. And NQ came to that bottom of that range and right back up. Happy kids. Yeah, I think you said you wanted a short around 700 or something like that. So if you didn't get triggered, that's good. You got pushed up 14, 15 points there. Well, I appreciate you all tuning in. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe. So far, one trade in today with gold, green. 2 days in a row with some gold, green trades, other than the screw up last night on the house account. But that was my mistake. But gold, I like how gold moves. Go for little 2-3 points and walk out with some green. Gold, this was nasty. This was quick. That was a 10-point flush, right back up. Leaving gold alone. Not testing my luck tonight with gold. NQ, what do you want to do? Let's go back to that 15-minute. Take a look at the overall range over there. Yep, in that range. About a 50-point range since yesterday. So last night, I think this was Jesse's trade, right? We had this line drawn as overnight high. Jesse nailed that trade to the wick. I think it was one of these wicks, and then it flushed right back down. But he got the winning trade for the house account last night. Flush right down, then you got the break, I think at what, midnight my time? So 3 a.m. New York Eastern, pushed up. And then got into the zone, then the New York Open, of course. You had the volatility, and then pulling around in this overall range there. That's what NQ's doing. Olivia, if I'm trading gold and making money, does that make me a gold digger? Yeah, baby. We digging for some gold. Like I said, I can't claim to say that I've liked or traded gold in the past, but now seeing how it moves at night, and I don't have to wait for NQ to move 5 points in 2 hours, I'll look at gold a little more often. Six Shot, what's a chat account? Good question. The chat account is the account that you guys trade. The trades are only taken by the chat. Anybody in the chat can take the trade. All we ask is show us your entry, your stop, your TP, your take profit, and let the chat know why you're taking that trade. So the chat can hear the strategy or understand the reasoning behind that trade. And this is the chat account. Right now, it took a little loss. I forgot who tried to trade it. Harish. I think it was Harish who took a trade. Yes, Harish took a trade on micros and got stopped out. So it's right now, it's only 20 bucks in the red. But chat account is open to you guys, the viewers. All right, let's go back to my account. I'm watching gold. Now it's stair-stepping back up, leaving it alone for now. Okay, Happy Kids wants to do a short. Sorry, Happy Kids, I didn't read you. Let me know if you still want to take the short, and we'll set up the short on the chat account. Okay, so we want 2 trades. All right, Happy Kids is first. NQ short, enter 710. What's your TP and what's your stop? And how many contracts? NQ micros or minis? I need more info. Happy Kids. T Masses, blessings, my friend. Amen. Welcome to the stream. All right. In the meantime, Six Shot wants micros. So let me add ES. Hold on. Let me come back to my account real quick. And let me set up the micros for ES. That is MESZ5, right? Why is it's not allowing me to add micros on ES? Why is that? Oh, I see. Something happened with my data here. Hold on, guys. Hold on for a second. All right, here we go. MES E5. Still not working. Something's wrong with my data here. Hold on. Tradeify is acting weird. I agree. I'm in MESZ5. Unless I got the wrong micros contract, that should be the one. Yeah, no, I'm not in the Q. I'm in Z. But something's up here. Hold on, guys. All right, here we go. Now we're up. Now we're up and running. All right. Micros on ES. Let me go back to the entry. If whoever it was, Six Shot, if you still want the play for micros on ES, can you repeat the entry? Happy Kids, I forgot who it was. Let me know the entry, your stop, your TP, micros or minis, and how many. I need all the details, fam. All the details. In the meantime, let me go back to gold. Sam Baba, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Oh, what is it doing? My data, something's up with my data tonight. Now it disappeared. What happened here? Oh, here we go. Ooh, look at this gold. Why did I? Coulda, coulda, woulda. Wow. Tradeify is acting up. Tradeify is acting up tonight. All right, for anybody who's wanting to trade the house account, I'm back up. I just need the entry. I think we have, okay, 6 shot. You want for chat account, short ES, market, first TP, stop, second TP. Okay, so you just want to enter right now on a market order, right? How many contracts? 2 minis. So you want ES, not MES. Give me a second because I screwed up here last night. So let me not do it again because I do not want to hear the chat tonight. It's a house account, but I don't need. I don't need to get attacked over something we're trying to just have fun with. So I'll try to do my best. Not perfect. I'll screw it up. But mistakes happen. You can't deal with mistakes. Maybe the stream's not for you. All right. Let's go with 6 shot. ES, 2 mini contracts. You want me to market order in right now? Shorting it? Okay, let me short it right now. That is a short on ES. You want a first TP at 693.50. So we're going to exit with 1 contract at 693.50. And stop at 66.99. You got a nice little tight stop there for 2 contracts. 66.99. Right above the 200 SMA. I like that. And that would be a buy. And then your second TP is at 691.7. 691.7 for 1 contract. 691. Second TP 691.70. It is a buy. All right, I think I got you set up. Let's take a look at the chat account. You got an entry right here at 695, 2 shorts, 2 minis. You got your stop up here and 2 TPs on the house account. All right, that's one trade. What's the next trade? I can't take another trade on ES. I can take a trade on gold or NQ. And while we're waiting, 6 shot. You want to tell us the reasoning for that play? What's your thought process on that short? And that way the chat can hear your thought process on that short. And I'll just kind of repeat what you said. Tyson, y'all, yeah, guys, I'm having trouble with Tradeify tonight. It's gone buggy. If you guys are confirming Ninja and Tradeify issues, I guess there are some issues. So maybe for my account. Harish, yeah. Harish trading gold, killing it. Good job, man. No wonder people are on it. Not as crazy as NQ. Scotty, I am not trading anything right now. I took my gold trade already for the night, walked out in some green. But the chat account, which is the trades that you guys, the viewers, trade, We got a couple trades going on right now. We're watching ES on the chat house account in a short. On ES, 695 short, targeting 693 and 691 TPs. That's a trade taken by, who took that trade? Six shot for that short. All right, Knox. Knox is hopping in on a short. Knox wants to take a stab at the house account as well. All right, so let's hop on to NQ Mini with another short. All right, so let's go over ES first and the thought process on that short for the chat for the viewers, so you guys get value out of this. All right, we are in a downtrend, and both ES and NQ came to equilibrium. ES got rejected off of a fair value gap and targeting low resistance liquidity. So that's the thought process behind Six Shots trade on the house account. Let's go back. Knox, you want to take the trade on the house account, or you're just kind of taking that trade on your own? Just let me know if you want to take the trade on the house account. Chris Noof, my man, my brother, what's going on? Good to see you. Okay, you're on. Okay. Anybody who else wants to take a stab at the house account? So far, we only got a trade on ES, so it is open for gold and NQ. And looks like tonight I got the trade right on the house account. I know I was beat up a little bit last night for making a mistake. I am human, and mistakes will happen, you know. But I also don't need to get beat up for a silly mistake. So appreciate you all. All right, here's that short playing out on the house account. Yeah, Chris, here's what I'm going to do with the house account. Instead of doing a 300K, which is 20K in profit, and got some comments on that. So the house account is going to be a 150K, which makes it easier to get to profit. Still the same rules, 4 minis max and 40 micros max. But I think the 150K is a little more doable. You got a nice balance of drawdown to profit, right? The 300K is 20K in profit that you got to hit. And the drawdown is, I think it's only 7,500, whereas the 150K gives it a little more flexibility, 9K goal and 5K in profit. That's almost a 50-50 split. So Cooper telling us that gold was perfect short at the open. Cooper, I think it was you that started the craze here with gold on this stream. I'm pretty sure it was you, so I'm going to credit you. 2 or 3 days in a row for me trading gold now on my accounts and in the green. I like how gold moves, especially at night. You don't have to stay on for hours like NQ. During the day, I haven't played around with it. John, don't think for a second that I was beating you up. That certainly wasn't my intention. I've been on the other side of the screen. It's not easy. Thanks for all that you do. I appreciate you, John. No, brother, not you. There was some comments. There's always the... I'll share what happened, because it's also unfair for me to just say a blank statement and potentially people think that I'm talking about them. Someone did come in on the stream and right afterwards, like, oh, what a trade. Do you teach how to take that losing trade? Never heard of this person, never chatted, and of course they're just in the branches waiting for either a loss or the big red or the big mistake, and of course comes down right when the account is I think it took like let's be honest, it was like a $1,500 loss or something, and writes in the chat, oh, what a trade. Do you teach a course on how to do that? That's why I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I cut the stream. It ain't easy, but I get it. I put myself out here. I got to take the toxic comments as well. But no, none of you, none of the family. There's a lot of guys here that are family, John, including you. No. Just clarifying. It was totally unrelated. But yeah, unfortunately, it was what was it, a NQ trade that I was supposed to get on. I had gold open, entered 2 contracts, tried to close the 2, and then entered on another 2. So that gold trade ended up being 4. And yeah, but we made the house. But I guess the good thing about the whole thing is there was a win for the traders through all that. It made the house account 150Ks now. So even if it gets blown, I'll make 150Ks continuously available for the house account. But now it's a closer profit target, and your drawdown to profit is, I think, is a little closer to 50%. So I think the 150K offers a better balance. So it's a win. Chris, I need them to teach me to do that. Yeah, it was a good troll comment, but I just didn't need it. Yesterday was not the day. I think I even ended the stream. I was like, I need to go touch some grass. I was exhausted, long day, and I gotta hear somebody pick on me for taking a bad trade. But anyways, moving on. Let's hop on to the chat comments. I don't want to miss anybody here. Nick, you know what's funny? It's that Topstep Live told people to take Professor during the short and sexing late. It came down by so much more. Jesse, are you back home, brother? Dean Flanagan, oh boy. Why do you trade the Asia session? Isn't that the worst price action? Well, you may want to ask some of the traders in the chat. A lot of people do trade Asia, buddy, including the whole continent. But I trade NQ, or I trade mainly the New York session. I have a live stream in the morning as well at 9:15 a.m. That's my main trading session, but I trade Asia as well. There are trades, and it is traded as well. Less volume for sure. Doesn't mean you can't trade it though. In a trade or Indonesia trade, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. In an Indonesia trade, guys, take a long NQ 5-minute candle formation in the last 2 hours. T. Cooper, best trading time is 7 to 11 for gold. John, gold moves a lot during the day. The crazy thing is I remember trading gold 1,700 less than 2 years ago. If only I had held along. Oh yeah, I'm in the jewelry industry, so although I didn't trade or haven't traded gold, I've been monitoring gold for years. It's part of what I did for a living, and seen how crazy pricing went up. In the jewelry industry, where as gold goes up, the jewelry at your retail stores is adjusted because based on real-time fluctuations, the necklace you bought for your girlfriend or the gold piece, whatever, a necklace, a ring, whatever it is that you bought for your girlfriend a year ago, could go up or down a year after based on gold price. So in retail, merchandise, gold jewelry is adjusted based on real-time pricing. Jesse, okay, I'm back, y'all. Had to eat something. Good. My long is not good. Oh, you're still in your long? All right, let's take a look at Jesse's long. Yeah, you're struggling at the bottom of this range, but I think it's the overnight range. I mean, unless we break below 700, you're in trouble, but otherwise, probably just testing some lows and coming back up. Scotty G, that's the risk you run when you share your trades. Absolutely, man. There's just days that I'm not taking it. Not taking it. I had to touch some grass last night. Happy kids, is Tradeify having an issue? My NQ, yes, I've had to restart NQ several times. That's why I'm not touching my accounts anymore. I took my one trade for gold and I'm good. Let's see what else I got here. Chat, is there any chance I get out of this leg? Help a brother out? Jesse, just DCA some more, baby. All right, so we're currently in this ES short, still consolidating. The house account, this trade was, I got to start writing these names down. Who took this ES short? I have the name on the tip of my tongue. Slick Shot. Let me add Slickshot. So far, here's who I have as far as people that have taken trades on the house account. Jesse, PR77, Dennis, Die, Stealth, Peter Chance, Slickshot, Harish. All right, let's help Jesse out on his NQ long. Jesse, okay, so for anybody that's tuned in, one of our viewers, Jesse, one of our guests, the man, the myth, the legend, is in a long at 7:30. And he's in some heat, obviously. That was his entry right there in a long. He's caught some heat. He's still held. 20 points in drawdown right now. Did he hold? DCA? Jesse, your break even is 731 still or no? Let's take a look at Jesse's trade. 730 long, about 20 points of drawdown, not the end of the world. What's your break even at this point, Jesse, with some of the DCA you've done? $731 is break even. Okay. Well, it's all going to depend on that 700 level. If they break that, if they break that, you're in trouble. If not, then it's just testing those lows, and eventually you might have to stay up for a couple hours, but eventually you'll breathe. Giacomo, yes, I've had Tradeify issues. You guys have seen my screen go blank a couple times, and I've had to reset it or refresh it. So I'm not messing with my accounts on trades. I don't want to risk it tonight. But we do have a trade on the house account. Again, the house account are trades taken by you guys. And this trade is by Slickshot. We're in an ES short. Shorted 66.95, targeting 693 and 691. Jesse also having issues, and that's what I did. You guys saw me refresh live. But I'm not going to mess with it tonight. I think a lot of people are talking about Tradeify issues here in this chat. So I'm good with my gold trade for now. Dean Flanagan, if you are using the software and not the website, it has been having issues all day. The funny thing is I'm on the web app, not the desktop software. Ooh, JJ Kimo letting us know that he has some major issues with Tradeify. It was selling and buying stuff for me, and the screen turned black. Then I would try to zero it and would just show a blue line. Yeah, I saw the blue line on my screen as well. I had to refresh, but I was not in a trade. So let me make sure that I'm out of all positions, no stops, no TPs. I'm good. Right now, the house account is in a short on ES, courtesy of Slickshot, playing the break of that level or further downside. Chris Newman, imagine black screen and order filled. I don't know. I don't know how many of you were on that stream. It was in the New York session in the morning. I was in a trade, and Quantower would not let me get out during a news event. And I couldn't get out. And it literally gave me about $1,200 in drawdown by the time I could get out. Tradesyncer allowed me, I was able to get out of my copier accounts on Tradesyncer, but it was live and I could not close my Quantower Aster account. Bid for short. Thank you, young lady. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a great night and happy trading. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. Oh, 5 PA accounts are at negative 750. Sorry to hear that, JJ Kimo. Happy kids. Have a good night, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. Nicholas Gomez, my man, on the other side of the ocean. JJ Kimo, yeah, hopefully, I mean, it looks like it's across the board with Tradeify. Like I said, you guys saw live. I wasn't in a trade, but I was trying to enter a trade and my screen went blank. I had to refresh both on the house account and my accounts. So I'm not messing with Tradeify tonight. Whoa, NQ taking a pop to the 200 SMA. On the 5 minute, no, wait a minute. Why is my, this is out of, oh, this is ES. I'm sorry. I'm looking at my my accounts. I forget we're watching ES. All right, ES might be, our trade on ES might get stopped out. All right, let's go back to my accounts. Where is gold? What is gold doing? NQ and ES. Let's take a look at my accounts. NQ and ES with a 4-point ripper on NQ. It came right to VWAP, right? That's where NQ, yep. Will pop right to VWAP. Our house account trade might get stopped out pretty soon. House account taking a beating today. What was that? Was that news? Let's take a look at financial juice. Anything going on? I mean, it's 4 points. I don't think that's crazy. So let's not worry about it. Indonesia trade saying we're going to the moon today. 25,000 NQ. All right, stopped out on the house account. Let's go back to my accounts. NQ. Oh, Jesse, look at you. So the bottom of that range playing out. We talked about that. Right? Been playing this range since yesterday. Played the bottom and right back up. Debt Wolf, BOJ rate decision. Okay, so we do have some news then. Bank of Japan. We add Japan here. And just like that, Jesse survived. Happy for your trade, Jesse. There you go. Jesse's in some. All right, let's take a look at financial news. BOJ rate statement right here, and market goes crazy. So we do have news. And Jesse is in the green now. All right, brother. Happy to hear. Knox, your trade that you called out is in play. Nice. Rangat boy, selling now or get screwed again. Jesse for the win. Look at that. Bank of Japan rallied for you, brother. Look at that. Six Shot, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you hopping on a trade. Have a great night. If I don't talk to you or see you tomorrow, have a great weekend. See you next week. Indonesia trade is targeting 750 on that. What's gold doing? Let me go hop on to gold. I'm getting addicted to gold at night. So far, just one short for me on gold. And got 340 out of it. But after this craziness, I'm staying away. Staying away. Tyson, my orders won't go through. Take Profit Trader Ninja. Yeah, everybody's talking about Ninja Trader 8 issues. I'm not trading on my accounts anymore. Let me check some of these Discords and see if anybody's reporting Trade of 8 issues. Well, all of these prop firms are probably sleeping. Let me take a look at one or two props. Yeah, I'm starting to see the same thing on prop firm chat rooms. Trade of 8 down is Trade of 8 down. Issues with Trade of 8, and they've been happening in the last hour. Let me take a look at another prop. Who has Trade of 8? Tradeify, TPT doesn't have a... Let me check one more prop. Trade of 8 issues yet? Looks like there are some issues with Trade of 8. Like I said, for me, I refreshed and I was good, but I'm not taking any chances. I'm not going to take any trades for the rest of the night. Let me take a look at my funded futures. I don't see anything on MFFU. Then again, I don't think they have trader room anymore. Either that or I'm banned. Yeah, Tradeify. I did see some comments on Trade of 8 on Tradeify's chat room. So I don't know. I'm not taking any chances though. All right, NQ and ES pushing. JJ Kimo, man, I'm sorry. What I would do is don't trade them for the rest of the night, JJ Kimo, and see if you can send an email documented that there's a Trade of 8 issue around this time. Apex is flip a coin, I'd say. Sometimes they're very responsive and understand, and they'll reset your account to the last trading day in terms of profit. Sometimes they play hardball, so I wouldn't trade them for the rest of the night and email Apex, JJ Kamal. And don't trade them until they respond to you. Christopher Zazek in a long on gold. Let's take a look at gold. Just don't want to be stuck in a trade with Tradeify issues, so I'm leaving. Ugh, tempting. Just can't do it. With Tradeify issues, I'm not messing. Can't be burning accounts. Bot Watson, Ninja Trader Gold, GC frozen for me. Yeah, looks like it's a Tradeify issue, guys. Nicholas Gomez thinks Tradeify is on a coffee break without me. I think Jesse James is right. Sometimes they help, sometimes not. It's a coin toss, to be honest with you. But I wouldn't trade them for the rest of the night and email them, wait for the response, good or bad. I think what Jesse is right. It depends on the tickets. If it's something that Tradeify accepts, they're pretty. I mean, I've gotten Apex to reset my account to the prior day profits. That's why I'm not messing with Tradeify tonight. Took one trade and okay, walking with a little bit of green. What's going on the gold side? This is crazy. This move, boom, boom. B recovery there. JJ Kimo, my first payout ever. They denied my payout when the rule change happened and they reversed it. So I'm a loyal Apex guy. They will do the right thing. Good. They reversed the payout denial, man. You're golden. That's good. All right, Apex. NQ coming to that 200 SMA on the 5-minute. Top of that FVG, also on the 15-minute. Is that it? And a little pullback here. Music creator, long. Christopher Zazik out for profit. How did that gold trade look? Let me take a look. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice little pop. Nicely done, Chris. 2-3 points there. Nice. Back to NQ. So for anybody tuning in, it looks like there are some Tradeify issues reported. I haven't taken a trade that has cost me, but I'm not going to risk it. Yeah. Tyson Hall, it's a volatile night. Yeah. Gold, man. After I took a short at the pivot point and captured some points here, but literally I got out right around here and it flushed and then right back up. I'm leaving gold alone. Gold is on a rampage. I'm leaving that alone. NQ coming to the 5-minute. Let's take a look at the 5-minute 200 SMA. The red line is the 200 SMA. Blue is the 9 EMA, and the purple line is the 20 SMA. We came right up to the 200 and find a little bit of resistance. We still got room in the overall range, right? Top of that range is around 755 to the upside. Indonesia trades 750. That's right at the top of that range that we talked about, right? I mean, blow it up a little bit. NQ has been doing that since yesterday, just playing this overall range. We had obviously the news look below and fail and look above and fail, but overall range is still there. We came down, hovered here, and should see 750 on this move. Trading gold, we're basically pirates without the ship. Hey, I think I'm gonna credit Cooper for getting us on gold. It's 3 days in a row that I've taken green at night on gold. Well, maybe it's just beginner's luck, but I'm also not gonna push it. But I do like gold and how it moves and the quicker profits, while NQ doesn't move. Now today NQ is moving, I'll be honest. NQ's doing some nasty today too. So, Kushal, JC, do you trade individual shares, options, anything other than futures? I don't do stocks or shares. Options I play around with every now and then. Before I moved over to futures, I traded options for about 4 or 5 years. Trading options every day, the open, same style that I trade futures now for the New York Open, scalping them. And then I came over to futures by accident in 2023 and haven't looked back. Arish, thanks Cooper and JC. I'm liking this gold thing. Recovered NQ loss. Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched gold in the morning because I trade NQ mainly. But I like the way gold moves at night. Of course, there's going to be one night that I'm going to take a brutal loss, and then I'll probably say no more gold. But 3 days in a row, trading gold in the green now. I'm not pushing my luck tonight based on some of these crazy movements, but you don't have to be too aggressive with gold. Tight stops, and it'll play in your favor pretty quickly or not. So at night, I'm liking gold for sure. But NQ, to be fair, tonight is moving. Tonight was the night to trade NQ, but I'm not messing with Tradeify issue. We hop on to the 15-minute on NQ again. We take a look at that range. That's all it's been doing. Playing the range with a news event, look above and fails, and look below and fail on news. But other than that, we've gone nowhere since yesterday. Nicholas, I find gold very dramatic. Maybe it's the drama queen of stocks. Well, based on today's action, I mean, if you were trying to long gold here without a stop, you got pushed down $1,000 on one mini. Those 10, 20 points. No, 10 points. A little stretch. 10, 12 points in about 3-4 minutes. Only to get pushed right back up. Crazy. I'm not messing with it. Not messing with it. Got my win and I'm out. Christopher got out too soon on gold. Well, yeah, you kept pushing. Well, it ain't as bad as my short on gold, right? My short was right here. And take a look at the house account. Hold on for a second. Where is my... Oh, here we go. I shoulda, coulda, woulda on gold. If you take a look at this trade, I shorted right at the pivot point, targeting VWAP, or what was it? Middle of that FVG. Literally, the minute I close, it flushes. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I got my green. All right, let's go back to gold. That's an NQ. Rebby, GC is allergic to me. John Bergerin. I keep pronouncing your name wrong. GC likes to trend. Yeah, I saw that last 2 days. If it's trending, don't counter trade it. Hop on it. It'll give you a nice ride from what I've seen. Until I take a bad trade. Watch. Kushal, by luck, you even added one. That would have been fun to hold that gold trade. Yeah, man. Disappointing, but you got to let it go. Otherwise, you get into tilt. Right there. 1 minute too early on that exit. Boom. Hindsight is 2020. It happens. Kushal, yes, sir. Got to stick to the plan. Well, like I said, this is my third day trading gold, so I'll take baby steps for now. Until it gives me a brutal loss, and then I'll tell the chat, I'm not trading gold anymore. I could see on some of those moves, especially with minis, without a stop, on a bad flush in the wrong direction, you'll pay dearly. All right, NQ, continuing to push. Cooper, although GC gold trades around the clock, it opens at 8:28. Okay, good. So this is good to know. Cooper, it opens at 8:20 a.m. Eastern on the COMEX, and London is a big player also. That's why I said 7 to 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm assuming is what you're saying. Prime time. Good. EBZZN, first time here. John Bergerin just asked Jesse for some solid GCF. He loves gold. Yeah, I could see that gold. You can't mess with stops. You got to have a stop on gold. Otherwise, if it rips against you, you're in trouble. John Berger, nice thing about gold and oil futures, you can play it with really tight stops. I think gold is going to be seen a lot more on this stream at night. Silver, I haven't traded silver and I haven't traded platinum. You know, who's the platinum girl? Tori Trades keeps talking about platinum. I haven't even played with platinum. Nicholas plays silver. Okay, yeah, I've never traded silver, never. Or platinum, never. Crude oil, I've played around with. I used to play with crude a lot more in the past when I started with futures, but settled with NQ. Andres Cortazar, silver and gold are very similar in their shape. Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, for anybody new to the stream, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. More importantly, hit that notification bell. No, it sounds like an ad, but the notification bell, there is a reason for it now. It updates you when I post content and updates you when I go live. So if we take a look at my YouTube channel, I've made some changes. The YouTube algo was focusing a little too much on the live streaming for me. So now it's going to punish me. I removed or I unlisted all of my live stream content from my YouTube channel. I didn't take it off. It's just unlisted So now the YouTube algo is going to punish me and saying, okay, so you don't want the live streams up. We're not going to promote your live stream. So that's going to take a while for the YouTube algo to settle. But if you look at my channel under live, you're no longer going to see the live streams, only the current one. I had a chat with YouTube over the week, not over the weekend, this week. I've been going back and forth, and I've made the decision. The live streams, although they're great, and I'm going to continue to do live streaming, it affects the algo when it comes to your long video content. So for me, it's a decision. I'm pulling all of the live streams. They're going into a playlist, and I'm not removing any content, by the way. Everything is there. My wins, loser, losses, but they're going to be in the replay vault. If you go to full playlist, if you really want to see a live stream replay, you'll see them all there, but you're going to have to hunt for them. Or I know that people are no longer getting the notifications for live streaming until the algo unpunishes me for unlisting the live content. That should take a couple weeks, but it is a strategy move with YouTube. YouTube was focusing all of the impressions on the live stream, which is not what my goal is. I still want the main video content to be priority, and live will have its place in its own playlist. So most of you are probably not getting notifications anymore on live stream, but it's going to take some time for it to settle itself. So the solution to that is make sure you hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I go live. Tyson Hall, what do you trade on? What size do you trade on GC? I only trade minis. Today I traded one. I'm still playing around with gold, so still getting familiar with gold rather, before I size up. John Bergeron, has anyone else traded ZS? What the hell is ZS? You're going to have to school me on that one. I do want to take a look at platinum. I keep hearing stories about platinum and easy money and plays the trend, respects the trend, and all that good stuff. Soybeans. Who trades, what is it? Meat, right? There's one for cattle. Cattle, that's what it is. I've never. Sam PFT, welcome to the stream. Cattle, yep, meat. Cattle indeed. Yeah, I haven't touched cattle ever. All right, NQ taking another dump here, huh? Jesse, tell me you got out. Indonesia trade out for 20 points. See you guys at 25,000. All right, brother. See, hopefully tomorrow the New York Open gives us a nice push up. I don't mind. Knox, JC, you should have taken my trade. Hey, brother, I'm sorry if I didn't. I think I asked if you wanted to take it on the chat account. My apologies if you had called it out, brother. I always try to make sure I capture your trades. But if I miss it, not intentional in any way at all. I try to do the right thing, guys, always. If I miss it, it's an honest mistake. So my apologies, Knox. Nicholas Gomez, I know JC would invest in ribs. Hell yeah, nothing like some ribeyes. All right, Jesse, good. That's peanuts for you. 181 in the red is nada. T. Cooper, everything has rotations. ES is easy once you get the feel of it. NQ is similar as well. Yeah, I like NQ. I tried to trade ES, and I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen my impatience. My personality is very impatient. So I have to go with it. NQ works because it lets you know pretty quickly whether you're right or wrong. Knox, no, I told you not to take it. It was a B+ setup. Okay, all right, brother. As long as you understand that it wasn't a purposeful overlooking on my side. That's all. Soybeans about to flush. All right, let's take a look at soybeans. Sam, have you ever traded Rusty? I have, and I've gotten burned. Actually, no. I mean, not bad. I don't like how it moves. And when I say I don't like how it moves, it's just not volatile enough. But Rusty, from what I've seen, is actually pretty good to trade because you don't have all those fakeouts and wicks and all that stuff, right? All right, what's the soybeans? Let's take a look at soybeans. Does anybody know the is it ZM? ZSX5, is that the latest one? Let's take a look at ZSX5. Here we go, soybeans. All right, we're adding soybeans to the watch list for the Asia session. Crude. Let's take a look at crude. I do want to go back to trading crude. I used to trade crude a lot more. Does anybody know what the contract for crude is? V or X or Z? What's the latest CL contract for crude? V, X, or Z? Crude. Which one? V, X, or Z? I know it's CL, but what contract are we in? Yeah, it doesn't give me the date. V is in Victor, X, or Z is in Zebra. I'm assuming that is X. X, I would think. Let's try X. There we go. Okay, it looks like that's X. V, some say X, some say V. Okay, V. All right, let's take a look at CLV then. CLV 5 for crude. All right, not moving much at night. X. It looks like X has more volume now than V. Could be wrong. I haven't traded crude in a while. All right, but we're adding those to the list. I did trade crude way back in the days. Crude moves. What is it, $10 a tick, if I remember correctly? Okay, so it is V contract. All right, so let's go to the V. Let's take a look at the 15-minute on crude. I'm into a little support area. Will this low hold right here, huh? It's held here. Held. I'm into a juicy long area, unless it flushes that. All right, let's come back to NQ. NQ popping right back up. NQ's doing some dirty tonight too. Look at that. 20 points down, 20 points back up. Volatility tonight. John, go to the X contract. Gotcha, brother. Oh, okay. So the what we just saw in the 15-minute disregard. So it is at that area of support. This was resistance, and finally broke through. So this area was contested going back to September. Wow. So this area that we're at right now, September, going back to the beginning of September, resistance, look above and fail, resistance, look above and fail, resistance, look above and fail, resistance, broke out and is back to this area. 63. Might be a juicy long unless it breaks. This was the breakout area going back to September. Beginning of September. You finally had the breakout. Temp number 1, look above and fail, look above and fail, look above and fail, breakout. That's 63 right there. Man, that could be a nice long, but listen, I'm not messing with it. I'm not gonna get stuck for a whole night watching crude. Nicholas, in a bullish cattle market, even the grass looks greener on Wall Street. Nicholas, man. Nicholas, where do you... I swear to God, Nicholas, you must be on ChatGPT with all your engagement comments. Nicholas is going to be the engagement king of this stream. Is this just you coming up, or ChatGPT? John, or it could all turn into overhead supply. Yeah, that is true. Let's go back to crude. I do like what you had 1, 2, 3 look above and fails around this area right here, right? Look at this level. Let's do a horizontal. Boom. Look above and fail, 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 breakout. And now, today, as we're watching it, we're right at that resistance area that became support once, support twice, and no cigar, right back down, or the bounce. The long is the cheaper trade. Got to stop somewhere around here. But then I'd have to be on for like 3 hours. Now, let's leave it alone. We'll come back tomorrow and look at it. What happened there? I just put the horizontal on that level. We'll see what happens tomorrow. T-Massive holding 1 mini long overnight on a paper account. All right. Hold on. Let me go back to gold. Let me take a look at the 1 hour. Ooh, look at the 1 hour. This level. How did we magically open crude when it's coming to a major level right now? Look at his level. Going back to September 4th. Look above and fail. Look above and fail. Look above and fail. Look above and fail. Breakout. And right back to September, early September levels. Take a look prior to this. You have 4 hour here. That could be a live account trade as a swing trade tomorrow, depending on what happens here, either continuation to the downside or the bounce. But that is a critical level. We are at a critical level right there on gold, on crude. Coincidentally, as we're looking at charts. All right, back to NQ. NQ back to the middle of that range. Still in that range, right in the middle. 750 is the top of that range. Nicholas, nope, I'm naturally funny, or maybe I am AI. Who knows? John, check your contract and make sure you are X. Okay, could be, I thought I was looking at X, but it could be Tradeify. Apparently he's having some issues, but what we were looking at here, oh yeah, I screwed up again. You're right, John. I think I was doing the whole thing on V. No, I was doing it on X. But my level is gone. Tradeify's acting up. I'm leaving it alone. I know I drew a line there at 63.18. It's gone. It's gone. Oh, where's our buddy Shark been? Missed that guy. Yeah, he's been busy with some of the stuff he's doing. But he's been hopping on and off in the morning. What the hell is going on with NQ? NQ with these wicks out of nowhere. Is GC following on this? No, GC is just climbing to the moon. Christopher Zazek, look at your health, man. Look at that hindsight. All right, hindsight is 2020. Look at gold, man. Wow. John, you're looking short on crude. Okay, let me take a look at crude. Like I said, I'm now that I looked at it, there is a swing trade possible in either direction based on this level. That's a critical level, and your short bias, and there's a big move there. If it does break through that level, it's going back to September. Wow. There's a swing trade in the making right there. All right. John is short biased in both just due to volume profile. Whoa, NQ, look at this. I'm not messing with NQ. What the hell is NQ doing today? What the hell was that? Another 20 points. All right, well, it's been moving tonight. Can't complain about that today. NQ has been moving. All right, guys. In lieu of the Tradeify issues, I think I'm going to call it a night. Appreciate you all. Seriously, I know there's a lot of streamers to watch, a lot of great content out there. So thank you for taking the time to hang out here and hang out with this community. You guys are, every one of you guys is fun to hang out with. And for people that are still in the branches, feel free to come down to the chat. We don't bite. Nicholas, Christopher Zazek, Chris Noof, JJ Camo, John Bergeron, Kushal, Jesse James, Hooper, some of you guys that I see every night and keep this chat going. Listen, truly, truly appreciate you guys. I know this is the last night or your Friday night for the Asia session. So obviously some of you, I won't see you tomorrow morning, but have a good night. Have a great weekend. Touch some grass, and listen, I appreciate you guys. I really do. There's a lot of talented streamers out there, and a little bit that you dedicate to the stream and hanging out, chatting, doing your own trades, and getting entertained, or me yapping away. Appreciate you guys. Seriously. Have a good night. Rebby, Kushal, I think I got everyone. Appreciate you again. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I will see you all in the morning if you trade New York. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday night. Have a great night, guys. Team Massive, Ecro. Have a good night. Appreciate y'all. Ali Muhammad, sorry, man. Appreciate you. Have a great night. I think I got everybody. Have a good one.